Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Snooker Legends 900. It's week 4 and it's the Tuesday. We've got the 4 losers from last night up against the 4 new players and familiar faces in the studio. Delighted to be back with Richardson and Neal Foulds. Before we talk about tonight, Neal, we got to speak about last night. Standard really high.
I think so. I thought last night's final, both of those players are going to take the world of beating tomorrow. Only one of them can get through. Ryan Davis, an exceptional talent, left-hander from Manchester, played brilliantly, and it looked like the hitman, Michael Holt, wasn't going to lose. He played perfect snooker for 2 matches. What happens? He gets turned over in the final. That's the nature of this format. You've got to be on your toes all the way, but 2 really high-standard players getting through last night.
And what a brilliant start from Holt with a century. We've had 3 so far in season 2. We only had 1 with Andrew Norman last season, and Holt looked really good in doing it.
I mean, he was perfect all the way through the break. Started off, just nailed it, didn't it? Didn't run out of position once. A couple of nice cannons around a black spot. Yeah. It was a perfect break.
Joining Barry Pinchas and of course On Yi, who had the highest break until last night. I'm sure she was more worried and focused on winning the Australian Open, which was lovely to see.
Wasn't that good? Yeah, I mean, she was in here, wasn't she, a couple of weeks ago, saying that she's off to Australia now, travelling around, and isn't that good? I mean, it's a long way to go for a tournament. Obviously, she's from Hong Kong herself, but she is one of the undoubtedly the very best of the women players, as we saw in week 2.
And she's had 100 over there as well, 100 break over there.
It's great. And I remember David Rowe, her coach, was saying that maybe he might actually employ more into her coaching with the 900 format, which was really interesting.
Well, I think she needs to play a bit quicker when she's on the main tour, actually. She's very coached and very drilled, which is lovely, but sometimes a little bit less time to think. You don't think about things that can go wrong.
The problems that you can face. You're just standing there thinking, what if this, what if that? Just, get down and knock them in.
And of course, Ryan Davis was our champion from last night. He'll be back tomorrow night. And let's take a look then how the odds have changed for the week 4 winner. Michael Holt, obviously a little bit shorter, just in how well he's played. And of course, he's made it to tomorrow night. So 11-4, Ryan Davis 9-2, Gerard Green 6-1. We've got Wayne Cooper in there at 13-2, and Alfie Lee 13-2 as well. Just a quick word on Alfie. Very disappointed in what happened to him last night. Obviously, he was going really good at the time when he made the shirt foul, Neal.
Yeah, he got in first against Philip Williams, made a shirt foul. That was his chance gone, but we saw last year what he can do. The son of Stephen Lee, one of the best players we've had in the game for a long, long time. So he's got the pedigree and he's a really good player. Tonight, if he doesn't the shirt doesn't get in the way, I don't mean you, the shirt.
Yeah, I promise I'll stay up here.
He's always getting in the way. We love him. And also you've got some big prizes, the likes of Cameron Holt on that page as well. Of the new players that are coming in this week, who are you most interested? Who's the most attractive?
Well, I think Connor Benzey is probably the stick-out player that tonight that's joining us, but I'm looking forward to seeing Cameron Holt play Hamim Hussain. It's going to be a tough one, but Connor Benzey, for me, he could win tonight, the whole thing tonight.
And tomorrow night, is he good?
We'll have to wait and see. Let's see.
I mean, if you think he can win tonight, he's obviously good enough to win a final here. So maybe he might be a bit of value on the outrights.
Do you know what? That's right. But I've just had something's just come to me about now. We've mentioned 2 really top players, Michael Holt and Ryan Davis. You'll probably pull them out in the same match tomorrow night.
Well,
I just thought of that.
Let's hope so.
In the first game tomorrow night,
it could be you. It could be you, though.
One of us could do it.
Just after 10 o'clock, and we're already thinking about the draw for tomorrow night. We've got some really good stuff on the way this evening, and let's take a look then at how it's all going to pan out. Hashtag the 900, of course, if you'd like to get involved. Any questions, as we always said. I'm not too sure we had too many last night. Certainly not any that we could share, maybe, at Snooker Legends. And we'll get some selections from the guys as well. We have picked out a few winners, and let's take a look at the pundits' pick. Are you guys happy with your pundits' picks?
Yes. I mean, you said earlier on we're still in it, but to be honest, they can't be out yet, can they? Because it's only tonight when people actually are out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm happy with them.
We have got 3 out of the 4 there, though, that are definitely through to Wednesday, to tomorrow night. So it's just you need Alfie Lee to beat Matt Glasby, which is a tough ask, but I fancy he probably will do.
Yeah, I'm happy with those players. You're happy with yours?
Yeah, because we still haven't seen anything from Wayne Cooper, really. He just did enough against Patsy yesterday. He didn't play like he can do because he's proper high up for me. in this. So I'm expecting good things from Wayne tomorrow night.
And there are the odds. So you got the value early on, of course. Let's take a look at the pros picks. You got to be doing better than the professionals, guys. Let's see where they're at this week. Neal Robertson, he went with Harvey Chandler last week, of course. Harvey, the winner of week 3, joining Josh Thomson and Lee Walker into the grand final, which is what it's all about. Rhian Evans with Holty, Ryan Davis, Mike Dunn, bit of a shrewdie, of course. Ryan winning last night, and Joe Perry with Michael Holt. So there's a bit of a theme here, isn't there?
They've all played it safe there, haven't they?
Yeah, but they're seeing what we're seeing, aren't they? And you can't argue with those. They are the 2 outstanding players. Unfortunately, he's going to draw them against each other for tomorrow. I just sense it. But that's not for now. It's for a couple of hours' time. We'll worry about that then. Now's not the time to worry.
Now is the time to take a look at the draw then, starting with the quarterfinals and our first match, Gary Thomson and Gerard Green. And there's just a real mix of players, a mix of talent. We've got Gerard Green, short price favourite, 8-13 against Gary Thomson. I mean, we're looking at a couple of former professionals here.
Yeah, obviously in the case of Gerard, one with more, distinction in the game. Nothing against Gary, but Gerard's been on the tour a very long time. He's dropped off a couple of times. I didn't think he played all that well last night, really. I mean, he didn't take to it that well. What did you think?
He did stick in a good long red at the end,
right.
And then he started playing. And he could have won the whole thing last night if he hadn't have missed that the red that would have put him in the lead. But he was just hampered with his bridge hand in the jaws of the pocket, which put his hand too close to the white ball. So he's one ball away from not going through.
Yeah, and the bottom line is he's one of the fancy players, but he's in the Tuesday night naughty step. He didn't get through last night. He's got a second chance, isn't he? It's not an easy game.
Yeah, it's not an easy game. I still fancy Gerard Green in that match, though.
Yeah, me too.
Over 30 years as a professional, so he might just have a little bit more craft maybe in our first match. And then Hamim Hussein is odds on. I mean, we didn't get to see very much of him last night, did we?
No, look, I think that's a real head scratcher because I've not seen Cameron Holt. I'm hearing good things. But Hamim Hussein, I have seen playing the shootout. He's very unconventional. I've said all this already. If you haven't seen him play, you'll see it later on. Don't try his technique at home because he's playing by ear.
You'll saw your ear off.
You will. That'll be the end of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's very unorthodox, isn't it? Matthew Glasby and Alfie Lee.
That'll be the end of it, he said. Sorry, that just tickled me. Yeah, then Alfie Lee, obviously, with the shirt foul, we didn't get to see him last night. I think he'll beat Matt Glasby, and I think Connor Benzey beats Pat Fagan. So that would be my ACCA. So I would say Gerard Green, Hamim, Alfie Lee, and Connor Benzey, and that pays 9-2.
Yeah, and 11-2 about the same first two, Gerard, and I've gone with Alfie Lee. I've left the second match alone because that's a baffling one for me. And I've gone with my old pal Patsy, who surprised us all last year. And let's be honest, he was within a ball of making it to finals night. He's got life in him. I think he can win that game.
And he looks great. And he looks great, doesn't he?
Looks $1 million.
We're actually going to see a little bit more, Patsy, now, because earlier this evening I caught up with the 1977 UK champion. Well, it's 46 years since this man won the UK Championship, but retired since 1986, Patsy.
Yeah.
But you're still playing, still loving the game, and it's been great to have you here this week. How have you enjoyed it?
Well, get beat is not too enjoyable, but I'm hoping for better things tonight. So, yeah, I still enjoy playing, I don't play great anymore, but I enjoy playing and I have my moments sort of thing, so...
And when you did retire, did you feel that you would be playing even at this stage?
No, I didn't really. I didn't think I'd play probably again even, because I had all that trouble with the rest and that. So I went and worked for Royal Mail, and then I retired from there early. I had early retirement from there, and then I got back into snooker by Alfie Burden asked me to help him out with a bit of coaching and try and get him to play a bit better than that. So I worked with Alfie for a few years, and he got me playing again. Come on, he said, you got to play a few shots or whatever, and that got me playing again, and got a bit of a taste back for it.
Good.
That's it. I like playing in a few of the seniors competitions and things like that, and of course in the 900, it's very exciting. Yeah, it's a bit nerve-wracking, but it's okay.
I don't know if it's something that you talk a lot about. You mentioned the trouble with the rest. I mean, does that ever creep into your mind now at all?
No, not really, no. It was terrible at the time when it happened and all that, but I'll tell you the truth, I was a bit terrified when I Alvy got me to start playing again a bit, I thought, oh my God, I've got to play with the rest, you know what I mean? But I picked up the rest, and to tell you the truth, I was better with the rest than I was normally.
Isn't it unbelievable? And I suppose now in the modern game, there's so many like mental coaches, you know, sports psychologists. Do you think that maybe if you had all of that on side, that perhaps you would have won an awful lot more, and you may not have had to give it all up?
Don't know really. You know, it's very hard. It's just a mind thing. It's in your mind. If you can't get it out, for some reason, I did go to a hypnotist at that time, and he tried to help me with that. But loads of people telling me different things.
I can imagine.
Nothing worked.
And in terms of the game, the way it is now, I mean, you were before everyone, Jimmy, and before the real snooker boom, weren't you? How do you compare when you were breaking through to, say, like an event like now and young talent that is emerging?
Yeah, no, it was a really great time for us playing, but of course the game has progressed now. The tables are better, cloths are better, the tips are better, the chalk is better, the players are better. Everything's got better. You know, in sport, everything moves up a notch every every decade. It moves on, and the players learn a little bit more, so they get a little bit better as time goes by. So the players of today are better than the players of yesteryear.
Yeah, it's like trying to compare good racehorses, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like anything. It's like go back to Bannister doing the 4-minute mile. He'd be last now.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? By a long way.
Uh-huh.
So better shoes, better training, better diet, better everything.
Right, and you're still in great shape.
Still all right.
I know you like. I was asking you how much you're practicing, but I think you like a round of golf these days, don't you?
I like playing a bit of golf. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'm not very good at it, but I do like to get out in the air and a bit of sunshine and with the lads tonight. It's a bit of fun.
Are we expecting some of that old magic tonight? On here, not the golf course.
I'm fingers crossed, and I'm looking up to the heavens.
Fingers crossed. Good luck, and thanks for the chat.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you very much.
Well, good luck indeed to Patsy Fagan. What a lovely man he is, Neal. You know him for many, many years.
He's one of the great players. You know, when I was growing up, absolutely top man, Patsy. And that rest trouble, I'm glad he mentioned it, because it's almost the elephant in the room. It was a big deal. People still speak about it now. And without going into it too much, I remember he was playing in the Masters, right? And he was at Wembley, and he was in the club, in Ron Gross's club in Neasden that morning, and they were setting up 200 or 300 rest shots for him to play. And he was a good rest player when he could play with it. And he was playing all these shots, didn't miss one, got into the match at the Masters. First time he had to use it, couldn't use it, and he had to play off the side cushion because he couldn't go into the balls directly because he couldn't use the rest at all. So it totally in the mind. Fascinating interview though, Rachel, about him. You know, you could listen to him speak all day, couldn't you?
Yeah, he's got the knowledge.
Yeah, great man.
And we'll be seeing him his fourth match on. So he'll be joining the action, joining the party a little bit later, where he plays Connor Benzey in frame 4 this evening. Our first match just around the corner, so we'll be looking forward to, of course, the legend Patsy Fagan, and lots of snooker in a very exciting format. We've been around for a while. It is season 2, but you might be joining us for the first time this evening. Welcome if you are, and here is the rules and the format. Each week consists of 12 players. 8 will play on Monday, with the top 4 progressing to Wednesday. 4 new players will join the 4 Monday losers in a new 8 on Tuesday, the top 4 progressing to Wednesday. On Wednesday, the final 8 play down to crown our weekly champion. The format is repeated over 8 weeks before our weekly champions contest the grand final. Each night will see 7 matches around some new and exciting rules. With ball in hand for any foul, the opportunity is there for any player in our 96 field to become the next champion.
Good evening, you lovely snooker fans. These are the rules of the 900. A frame consists of 15 minutes, which is your 900 seconds, but players have to contend with the 20-second shot clock. There are no timeouts, but a referee can stop the clock if they think it disadvantages another player. Any foul gives you ball in hand, which allows you to place the cue ball anywhere on the table. If you don't pot a ball, you must hit a cushion. Otherwise, it's a standard snooker foul. If at the end of the frame the scores are tied, we enter deadlock, and a blue ball shootout will decide the winner. And finally, folks, the break-off. After you've made contact with the reds, the cue ball must come past the pink spot. And that's it, folks. Don't take too long. Don't miss.
Well, I've been loving season 2 of the 900, and of course it is all about the grand final, and we're just approaching halfway, so all those spots are quickly disappearing, aren't they?
They are, but I think genuinely this is the strongest week I've seen of the 4 so far. We've got some brilliant weeks to come, by the way. I mean, there's one week where it's hard to even work out who the legend player is. There's so many top players. But anyway, this week I thought in depth it was really strong. So tonight is the chance for the players to get in. And, there's a few places up for grabs. There's a couple of players feel they should be playing tomorrow, but they haven't won tonight yet.
And it's all about getting to tomorrow, of course, and then battling it out for a place in the grand final. So, top night of snooker on the way here on Sporty Stuff TV. Our first match will be Gary Thomson, who's 6-5 up against Gerard Green, 8-13 the odds-on favourite. And these guys will be hot-footing it to the commentary box, and we'll be back with the action right after the break.
Okay, good evening, snooker fans. Welcome to night 2 of week 4 of season 2 of the 900. This is our first match tonight, Gary Thomson against Gerard Green. So Gary Thomson breaks off. It looks a little bit under hit. And in with the commentary box with me is the one and only Fouldsy, Neal Foulds.
Cheers, Lee. Looking forward to this tonight. Obviously, Gerard Green, we know, has been on the tour for many, many years, but Gary Thomson, I noticed he's trying to get back via Q School this year. And he lost to 2 good players, actually. Lost to Robbie McGuigan in event 2. Robbie McGuigan, of course, we saw him earlier on. And in the first one, Roy McLeod did for him. So he's lost some good players, and he was on the tour going back in time a few years. So he's a decent player. And that's a lovely shot, although he's literally on the black, but I don't know about potting it from there.
Nice way to start though, nice sort of drag shot.
I think he's just looking at, don't know what he's doing, just trying to glance off it, I suppose. He's just got the one chance. The one thing about the Tuesday night players that come in, they've literally got that 15 minutes, haven't they, to just win that game. Obviously progress would be nice, but be here tomorrow is the key.
Yeah, but he's travelled down from Scotland yesterday, so he's had all day just to chill out in his hotel and come down, have a practice. I think Jared's just literally just walked in. I don't think he's done any sort of practice today, unless he was doing it where he lives.
Yeah, there'll be a little bit of tension out there in this first game of the night. You don't want to be the first player. Obviously, whoever loses this is the first player who's definitely out of the whole week. Gerard, really good player on the tour. As I said, he's been around so many times. He's very popular as well with a lot of the lads. The boys from down sort of on the south coast. Big group of them have been in town for years. Joe Perry and the likes of Barry Hawkins and all those lads. Mark Davis, of course, lost to Ronnie over in Wuhan yesterday. All those guys really close.
Yeah, a good bunch of lads as well.
They really are. They really are. He's always had his own style of play though, because he never ever. I mean, you might not see it so much on this shot, but maybe later on you'll see Gerard doesn't ever get very close to the tip of the cue. Doesn't get very close in the preliminaries, but that's how he can pop balls like that. Don't know how it crept in off the jaw, but it went.
That was a great long pop.
You see, not that close to the cue ball. You get players who touch the cue ball, in their address. I bet he's never done that. remember watching Gerard, you know, when he turned professional, when he was a name I hadn't seen, and playing in Blackpool in the Norbrec. Went to watch him in a couple of matches, and because his left-handed style, he's a demon potter as a junior, well as a young professional. You know, he pot almost anything.
Yeah, I remember him from then as well, when he had ginger hair and I had hair.
He represented Northern Ireland, didn't he, in the World Cup, despite being basically an Englishman, because his father is from the north of Ireland, and he played for them.
17.
You see, the cue never gets that close to the ball until he hits the ball.
I think he's overrun for the red he played for to the left of the pink, but he's on one into the right pocket. It's no problem for a left-hander. Should be just a little bit screwing left-hand side up for the blue. Ooh, I'm saying no problem, Neil.
No, I mean, a left-hander, you wouldn't have fancied him to miss that. He played on the other red, like you say. So it'd be good to see Gary get some sort of opportunity here. I mean, as I say, come all this way, you wouldn't want to see someone bageled. Be no fun, would it, for them?
Oh, well, he's already scored one, so there won't be a bagel.
Oh, no, you're right, actually, beg your pardon. He's potted the first ball. So no bagelage. But he'll still want a bit more than just the 1 point as well. It's a quite dangerous bunch, this, isn't it? You go into these, you could leave a red over the pocket. And if he's found a plant in there, to the right corner. No plant, but the reds are always just running a little bit loose on those shots. It's not an easy one, but he has left the red, I think. Surely must be potable from there.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm looking at the overhead.
No, I think you're right.
I can't see, but I mean, I think he's covered it.
No, I think you're right. I thought the way he came past the green, but he's going to have to play some sort of a containing shot, which is no fun. Of course, the most important thing is you do hit one, because what you don't need is to be leaving a ball in hand scenario here.
Yeah, now that might be quite a good shot, because he couldn't get on a colour even if he was to pop the red over the right pocket. So that's why he's playing. That
red's gone over near the pocket again, although again deceptive. I don't think it's a simple pot, this.
No, I think he might be playing this. Would you play this with loads of right-hand side to avoid the pack?
Well, he didn't need to, but the trouble with that shot is that you play it with the right-hand side, there's less of a chance of you potting it. It's not going in the middle, is it? Anything silly. If you do play it playing ball and you pot it, okay, you go into other balls, but at least the pot's gone in. Makes the pot more difficult with the side, doesn't it? But I know what you're saying, lots of side to avoid the bunch.
So he's left himself a shot to nothing here. Yeah, just feel the pressure, don't you, on the Tuesday night, because everybody is going home if they lose this first match tonight. It's just tenser down there. Like on the Monday night, it's really rowdy. Everyone's looking forward to it. Tuesday night comes and it's crunch time.
Play that nicely. Not want to colour any good, and of course if you roll up behind the ball, you've not hit a cushion, so that'll be a foul. You've got to hit a cushion or pot a ball, and anything can hit the cushion. It can be the cue ball, object ball, or the ball is potted. That's the way you don't create a foul, as Lee explained in that piece at the start.
As you can see on that angle there, that Gary Thomson's got a bit of a shake going on. I've been chatting to him earlier on, and it's just crept into his game. He's had it for 26 years, this shake.
Oh dear, that's not nice.
And there's a few players with it as well, and he says that, you know, not sure what it is. And yet he can get down left-handed, and he hasn't got the shake. So sometimes he can see his tip shaking in front of the cue ball, which has got to be off-putting.
Well, he's just nicked the points there, hasn't he? I know, I nicked 4 points. Is there a plant, those 2 reds below the pink? He's just stolen 4 points.
Yeah, I think those reds below the pink, the yellow's in the way to get back up to safety, so he's just playing across the face of that red there. Didn't want to be hitting the green, really.
Now, and the yellow's awkward on that side, so it might have been able to just clip the thin red below the pink on the left side, but then they're going to hit the yellow mat perhaps on that shot as well on the way down. That's no use to him. What's he playing? The double kiss is on for the safety shot here.
Do you think he's going for this?
Maybe. Lucky, that was well played, wasn't it? It was really close, actually. Really close.
Yeah, he played a good white ball there as well, not to leave the red along the black cushion.
The red was meant to be up there somehow, but even then it's okay. So it's a pretty cagey old frame, this one.
Just goes to show, I thought he was playing the red in the middle.
Well, I think it was on, but he didn't. He's trying a little bit too hard to just cling hold of a lead, and it's a long time to try and nurse it along that lead. Eventually, your opponent will get in, I think, if you keep on playing it a little bit too safe.
Tell you what, he won't mind that shot, because he has got away with that.
17 points the lead, 5 minutes to protect it. That's not going to happen, is it?
No, he's got a chance to get him in behind the green here. He's going to play off the right hand side of this red.
Yeah, well, he's not done that, but he's still good. Is he going for this as well? No,
I think he has to, Neil.
I think the up and down from this shot's all right. He's not hitting the yellow unless he overdoes it. He's got plenty of time. Now's not the time to panic. That moment might come later when you have to panic, you know?
We love a panic.
But there's been some very good conventional safety shots played by both players here. Proper snooker, you know? It's not all about potting balls all the time. But I think he's winding himself up to go for this, Gerard. Lucky. Now, I think Gary has to have a dart at this, because if he got on the yellow, it wouldn't be too bad, because that would just clear the black. And there's plenty of reds there, so this is a big shot for him. Made this long journey down from Scotland. Shots like this could get him playing tomorrow night.
This is a massive shot.
Played it well, and he's on that yellow, like I say, and just means that there's hardly a safe ball on the table, doesn't it?
He's taking his time. He's only 14 behind, so he just wants to make sure they're all sitting perfect.
Quite a calm player, isn't he? You know, he said he gets shaky on a few shots, but you know, that's not reflective in his overall temperament, you know.
He does look a little bit like Gary Britton.
Yeah, yeah. Who's playing later on, isn't he?
Yep, he's in it. Different cue actions, though. Landed the wrong side of the blue. I mean, you had to overhit that, Neal, because the pink's up there as well. He's going to leave himself a tricky red after this blue.
It's not the worst thing that happens at snooker when you just don't get right on the blue. If you could play the game and always finish just the other side of the blue, how much better a player would all of us be?
Yep. Oh, we've all done it a million times.
Something about the shot, you know, if you go too far, you got a bulk colour, but finishing low on the blue is just something that is no good to anybody, really. This is not much fun either, because he's using the new rest to play a safety shot. Red's come out off the cushion a bit. anyone in this. You know, this is a tricky old game with only just over about 100 seconds left.
But you've got to fancy Jared Green's very, very happy that he's still in front.
I know, but he didn't really want to be playing that one, did he? I mean, this is where I mean, look, a deadlock is not out of the question here, is it? There's one in it, you know, one more pot.
Is this it though? Because he's going to be going for this.
I think I'll be looking to pot this and come away from the table. But if it goes in, it's a match winner, isn't it? Missed it by a long way. Horrid shot. He might have one more shot in a minute. Now it depends what Gerard's idea is. What does he do here? Is he hanging on grimly for his 1 point lead, or what is he doing?
Yeah, this is too difficult to go for, surely.
If it goes in, he's won. Oh, dearie me, what's he done?
Well, that's got to be the wrong shot. I mean, does this cut?
Well, listen, he might have one dart at this. It's going to be all square if this goes in. We'd like to see it just for the game. Oh, he's got it. Oh, he's got it. Now he's got half a minute left, and any colour puts him in front. And really, it's his to lose now.
Wow. I have to say, I think it's possibly, in 2 seasons of the 900, the worst shot I've seen anybody go for. I just don't think there was any value in that whatsoever.
He's gone big, Lee. He's gone really big there.
Well, I mean, he can play any shot on the table, but there you have it, folks. Our first player through on the Tuesday night to the semi-finals is Gary Thomson. We'll get him in the studio next.
Welcome back. First winner of the night, Gary Thomson, joins us in the studio. Gary, congratulations. It was lovely, I'd say, to get that chance at the end.
Oh, man. I was in the balls and I was like, see the red to go up for the blue. I was like, do not land. And that's the worst thing you can say as a pro or as a snooker player. Do not land where you don't want to land, because that's where you land. And then Gerard's left me a long red. And
I said in commentary, you know, when you finish just short on the blue, I said to Lee Richardson, I said, look, in snooker, if we could ever get the wrong, not ever get on the wrong side of the blue again, always be just the other side, how much better player would we all be? It's a whole game is about that, isn't it?
I think we'd all be winning tournaments and knocking in centuries every frame if we can get on the right side of the blue all the time.
That's true, but you were very cool at the end, because I mean, Lee was saying about the shot that Gerard played, the red to the middle. I'm not even sure he went for it. You had to put that long red at the end in the right corner.
Oh,
cool as a cucumber he is.
I can't even remember now.
Is it all a bit of a daze out there, I suppose?
Actually, as I've watched the whole first season, the first 3 weeks, I've been studying everything. And then I can't remember a thing from that match apart from that last red. And
how is it being down here, obviously, getting the opportunity to play in the 900? I mean, do we have anything in Scotland that you're playing in at the minute?
I play in the Scottish seniors at the moment. I don't really play much snooker anymore. I play a bit of 9-ball, but I wasn't in this last season. And then Jason's emailed me out of the blue, would you like to come? So I was instantly. I paid him. I think I paid Jason within 5 minutes of getting his email. So yeah, I was desperate to come here.
Class.
Well, Gary was in Glasgow at the Emirates for the before the pandemic, wasn't it? There with your wife and Leon.
I played in the Scottish Open.
Yeah. 2019.
I mean, I used to be pro, but I got in the Scottish Open through the, the home nation.
Same way that Ryan Davis did this year.
Yeah, so I got in that twice. I've lost 4-3 to play Ding on TV. I've lost to Nigel Bond to play Mark Selby on TV. So,
and here you are.
Finally, I got on TV.
Here you are, and you're still very closely linked to snooker because Agnieszka
my wife,
is your wife, and she's a referee.
Can I say hi to
Absolutely.
to Ag and Wee Leon? Ag's just started. She's been 10 years a referee, and she's finally got her breakthrough into World Snooker events. So she's done 3 events so far, and she's away to Northern Ireland.
Yes, oh great.
Sorry, it's the qualifiers next week. So
lovely.
she's away on Monday.
I bet you're very proud.
I'm thrilled.
Oh.
Yeah, it was our dream job, so it's fantastic.
And I bet she's really proud of you tonight as well, winning your first match here at the 900.
She was talking to me before the match, and I mean, I don't really get nervous at snooker anymore. It doesn't. but I felt a wee bit of nerves tonight, and that's the first time for about 4 years I felt nervous.
I think you don't think you're going to be nervous until it happens.
No.
Yeah.
What the 900 does, you
It
see,
does,
it brings out all the, the old snooker spirits come out.
I'm just so relieved.
Oh, good, good.
Well played.
How
Well played.
nice is that? Congratulations, and we'll see you
Thanks very
later
much.
tonight. Then Gary
Thank
Thomson,
you.
first man through. And next up, we've got Hamim Hussain against Cameron Holt. Hamim lost out to Michael Holt, who had a brilliant century break last night. So he'll see if he can shine at 4-9. And Cameron Holt, our new player, coming in at 13-8. So let's get to the arena and back to the commentary box with Billy Castle now joining Lee Richardson. Over to you, Lee.
Thank you, Rachel. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, Billy, as Hamim Hussain and Cameron Holt both got slightly, different techniques to playing snooker. We know Cameron is a pool player, but he has smashed that.
Yeah, both a bit unorthodox on the Q Actions League, but it works for them. And Hamim's a very good player. I rate him highly. He's a very talented player.
Yeah, and he's a cool customer as well.
Yeah, and he actually won the EPSB Open Series last year, which he got in a place in Q School for that. And he also made a 147 in one of them events.
Brilliant.
So not too shabby if you don't make a 147.
No, we didn't really see him play last night because Michael Holt got in and just made 100
Yeah,
breaks first visit.
Yeah, I just spoke to Hamim about that. He said it was a brilliant break. He said, the safety shot he played, he didn't want to push the red back up, so he's going near the green pocket. He tried to land the white onto the top of the red, it didn't work out, and Michael Holt made 109. Fantastic.
It was a brilliant break.
It's a bit lively down there tonight, Lee, because as we know a lot about Hamim, but young Cameron Holt from Reading, he's got a lot of fan base in tonight. This is a...
And he looks pumped up. He's walking. I've never seen him walk so fast around the table.
Yeah, he's been putting all the hours in for this as well. He's been practicing hard for it. And he deserved his chance. I thought he was good in the qualifiers. He got a lot of wins, and he's earned his right to be here.
Yeah, we've seen him play a lot in the qualifiers, haven't we? And he's played very well. He's 50 breaks, 60 breaks, was it? And
yeah,
he's done a couple of good clearances.
Yeah, he's turned over some good players, Lee, as well. So he deserves his place there. But anyway, I'm just wondering, can he play into the middle of these three reds? That red there. That's what he's played. He's played it nicely, Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
managed to get his cue through the middle there as well.
Hamim's got support today from his brother Halim's downstairs watching, and his family cousin Abel's down there as well, so they're cheering him on from Warwick. I should say Birmingham, not Warwick.
And that little cannon he got there has opened up a line of reds on either side there, Billy. So he's perfect for a little.
Yeah, he looks very cool. He's at his natural pace as well. This is the pace he would play in a competition. So I've watched a lot of him.
Underhit that a little bit.
Yeah, but them two reds do go to the left corner pocket here, so just a touch of side there.
Yeah, a little bit of left hand side, just up.
That's the shot.
That's perfect. Overhit a fraction.
Yeah, this table's running so quick again though. I've been down there watching it, Lee. Honestly, it's running rapid.
It's so deceiving when you're watching it on the TV. To how these players are, they're good players, Billy, and they just keep running out of position.
Yeah, managed just to stay on that red, and this is perfect cue ball weight.
39.
Oh, I thought it was going to be top side of the blue there. He's a little bit unlucky to land straight, but I'm just wondering if he could play the pink here, and that red of the bottom of the pack goes to the left, to the right corner.
No, I don't think that one goes on the over red.
It's quite tight on the over red.
Oh, he's tried to play that with a little bit of left-hand side.
Where's the pink? The pink's not stopped yet.
Oh, it's not going to block the
It's
pocket,
not gonna block
surely.
the pocket, is it?
If it has, he's had a bit of form there.
The crowd won't be happy with that one.
Oh, he's hit this hard.
It's a bit pacey. He needs a bit of cover here on the colour. He might have got it on the blue ball here,
think there's a Watford.
Yeah. You had to play that on some side there.
Loads of left-hand side. You saw
Play-
it. That's the greatest thing about this white ball,
Yeah.
is that you see how much spin they're putting on the cue ball area. You have to bend it round the blue fractionally. But, oh, he could have played that a little bit better. If
Thought he might play cushion first there.
Yeah.
On the feet.
If he's let Cameron see this, it's just...
Yeah, so you want it, I think, a lot thinner than what he did there. Obviously, Cameron's not played the table this quick at all, Lee.
No.
You know, this is a new thing for him. You know, it's not easy playing out there. He's playing in front of a crowd and he's playing on live on TV. You know, he doesn't play this type of, never been put in this situation before, and not a lot of players has. So you can understand it if he's overwritten a few loose safety shots.
Hameen took a little bit too much. He was a bit too casual about that visit to the table. He had a slow look around the table, got down and played this terrible safety shot. Double kissed it over the pocket. Sort of didn't make his mind up quick enough. So here we go. The crowd are getting involved now.
I wonder now he's going to play this blue. The way Cameron plays, he's probably going to go straight into the reds there. But you don't need to play this hardly.
No,
but not
this is easy to hit this thin.
He landed though, because he's going to be hampered on the red as well.
He's going to be hampered. He's got no choice.
He's not had the best of run yet in this frame, Lee.
No. So
it's a tricky shot, very tricky. Oh, that could be frame over.
You do need a little bit. It doesn't matter how well you play. You need a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
And he didn't have it on that split.
I mean, he's 45 points up going into these. This frame could be over very quick.
Yeah, he's in perfect position now.
He's got a very snooker orientated family, as Hameen. Same as his brother Aleem, they follow him everywhere. Both lads are in Germany next week with myself and Q Tour.
Whereabouts in Germany, Bill?
A place called Heilbronn, about an hour away from Frankfurt.
Okay.
So looking forward to that trip. You know, I love going back to Germany. It's a nice place.
Yeah, I lived there for a year.
16.
Here's his brother there, Aleem.
I forgot where I lived. It's gone. It's gone.
We get the sat nav out every night, Lee, when you go home. You just put in last destination. This is.
He looks good, doesn't he?
He does.
Very calm.
He's not on one ear though, so there's still plenty of time. I mean, 58. He's got to take. Has to be a hell of a clearance, Lee. I mean, if he done it from here, it's going to outdo Marcus Deo's clearance for sure.
Yeah, but he just needs to play this red up the table. Keep the cue ball there. That's it. He's thinking, try and get a black off of that.
Yeah. But this is good for Cameron. I mean, you know, he's going to look back on this in years to come.
Well, he's good. He did a good job qualifying.
Yeah, very good. That's what people need to realise. Like, he's a qualifier.
I think he's tried to get.
You know,
him
he's
behind
new
the
to all of this. He's not a snooker player. You know, he loves the pool side of it. He is a snooker player, but he does the pool side of it now. And I mean, for a local player to qualify for this, he's done remarkably. It's like an amateur, really, qualifying for the sort of crucible. That's the sort of.
Hameen qualified as well for this,
Yeah,
though, didn't he?
He actually beat Cameron in one of the qualifiers he won.
Yeah.
Would you believe?
Yeah.
And Amin did come here, and he not played in 6 weeks, not picked a queue up, and he come here for the qualifiers. It's a little bit rusty, but he got the job done that weekend, Lee, and now he's going to be back tomorrow night on the finals night, and the way he's playing, he's got a good chance.
Yeah, this is smooth,
14.
He's used to the table now. He strokes the ball nice for these type of tables, Lee, doesn't he? He don't over it anything.
15.
Yeah, I was chatting to him at the qualifiers, Billy, and they got a chain of Indian restaurants, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
I'm a bit disappointed he's not brought any food with him.
Wow, I'm going to Walsall next month for a Q tour, and I've been invited round there for dinner, so I'm going to take him up on that offer. Going to go around and have a practice with Aleem.
I might show for you.
Well, it'd be good. Because Aleem has told me to say he's a Q tour seeded player and Hamim's not, so I have to get that in there.
So there you have it, folks.
Yeah.
Our second player through to the semi-finals tonight is Hamim Hussain. We'll get him in the studio straight after this break.
We're joined now in the studio by Hamim Hussain here at the Snooker Legends 900, and a nice performance. That looked pretty cool to us. How did it feel?
No, I didn't feel cool. Didn't feel good one bit. Just shaking all over the place.
But delighted with the win.
Yeah, especially after yesterday. Just didn't get a shot.
You didn't get a shot yesterday.
So happy just to settle in.
Yeah, but if you were shaking, look, the first red you knocked in was beautiful.
It didn't feel it.
No, but we watched it, and you looked calm, and your cue action was smooth.
Yeah, I don't know, feelings a bit different.
Of course, it's your first time, and it was the second time, but you didn't get a shot yesterday. I mean, no. How good was that 100 from Michael?
Yeah, I just had one safety shot, played it not great, and he's just two perfect safeties. I've left him in, and he's just done what he's done.
Hamim, I have to ask you, I've watched a lot of snooker. I love the game. You've got a very unusual cue action.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people have spotted it and spoken about it. Is that always how you've cued it? How do you sight the ball? Because it's like, I think someone said, unless you have a third eye somewhere.
Yeah, no, I've just, ever since I started playing, it was slightly left.
Right.
And then it's just got worse. Just
or
natural.
better. Because you're not missing much.
Debatable. But no, it's just natural. Yeah, a lot of people think it's coached, but no, it's just natural. Yeah, even my brother, we do the exact same. It's just random, really.
One thing I am curious about is how come Billy's got an invite to your restaurant and I haven't?
I think you need to speak to my dad.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I think he's the one making the calls at the minute.
What's your dad's name?
Hussain.
Hussain.
Yeah, he's at home today. Him, Mum. They came yesterday, but...
are they watching?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, a shout out to all of them.
Yeah,
I'm sure
100%.
they're delighted to see you. Yeah. I guess to see you play, because last night you didn't get anything.
Yeah, exactly. Not much you can do. If you get a chance and you lose, fair enough, but I just didn't get a sniff, so it's just one of them things.
So tell me a little bit about, I guess, your snooker life. Did you ever want to be professional? Are you trying to be professional?
Yeah, I'd say I was competing juniors, doing quite well, a few national titles. I'd say just before COVID, I finished sixth form, and there wasn't much going on because of COVID, but those were the important years as a junior, because that's when you can use the Europeans, etc.
Sure.
But yeah, at the minute, just trying to get pro, just doing a bit of part-time work at my dad's at the minute, because last year I was doing full-time snooker, but it just didn't work out with Q school and everything. But yeah, just...
So how many hours are you getting to practice a week?
I should be doing a lot more. My coach, Lee Walker, won't be happy. But
you've got a good coach.
You've got a good, very good coach.
Yeah,
and of
he
course,
won't be happy, but I try and get a few hours, 2-3 a day.
Leeds made the grand final.
Yeah, I seen him last week in Wales. I think he's in Bermuda now. But he said to me, just play your game, no fear.
You know you're paying him too much then.
Yeah, I think he gets enough. Yeah.
Right, well, it's great to catch up with you, and good luck in your next match. You'll be playing Gary Thomson in a little while. So there you go, Hamim Hussain through to the semi-finals here this evening, and who will be the next player to join him in the lineup? Matt Glasby, 13-10. Alfie Lee, 4-7. Alfie, strong favourite, was unlucky last night with a shirt foul, so he'll be looking to make amends for that. So let's get back to the table, and once again, let's rejoin our commentary team of Billy Castle and Neal Foulds.
Yes, thank you, Rachel. Looking forward to this one. This is probably the biggest head scratcher of the first round tonight. These 8 players. Match 3, Alfie Lee on the left, breaking off Matt Glasby on the right. Alfie, son of Stephen Lee, from the tour player, terrific player Stephen. It's not an easy one to call this one, Billy, is it? With Alfie a bit unlucky not to be through to Wednesday already last night, I think.
Yeah, it's a tricky one to call, Neil, like you say. Alfie was a bit unlucky last night, obviously with the shirt touch and the red seat. And I was only on the break for 10 or 15, but he looked very good, and he had a good few reds spaced out. But there it is, he's back for another bite of the cherry tonight. But he's playing an informed player in Matt Glasby. Qualified for the last 16 in the English Amateur Championship the weekend. He had a good win over Gerard Green there, over a best of 7. That's not easy. And he's very well practiced, and he's always match sharp because Matt played a little bit aside there. Just pushed it a little bit thin into the pocket.
Yeah, I mean, side against the net, played slowly, not a great idea, is it? The ball goes the other way with side, as we know. But yeah, I mean, the way you've explained it, it's definitely a hard 15 minutes to call this one. And Alfie Lee, the worst thing about the shirt foul, of course, under the rules of the 900, that is ball in hand, so you really do lose out. It's a sort of double whammy in a way, isn't it? The shirt foul and then your opponent putting the ball wherever he or she likes.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it. So you give ball in hand away, it's not just a foul. It's like you say, they can put the ball wherever they want, and that does hurt you more. Yeah, he played that nicely, got a nice little angle on the black here.
Yeah, and to be in first means a lot. He's in first, and whether he can really take advantage of it, we'll see. He's got the cue a bit buried in the bunch of reds here. I don't know whether he can clearly get through to the red to the right corner, but he looks not overjoyed at the result. So I think, no, he can't get through to the red he wants to. So the break's over. And it didn't amount to an awful lot in the end. Hit a cushion there, so it looked good.
Yeah, he had a good chance there, Matt, early on. Finished a little bit low on the black there, so he had a cannon the red, and it's unfortunate not to land on that red. So Alfie would be happy that he's only 13 behind. And these balls now are coming in a very good position. Like I say, positions, whoever gets in next.
And the other thing, because when they're spread out like this, the safety shots become more difficult. There is a route round back behind the black here. I think he half went for the pot there, and the other half was getting the cue ball back. So again, it's a bit like, I think with Gerard Green early on, I felt that he had a small lead. I'm not saying it's happening with Matt Glasby here, but he had a small lead, Gerard, and there's a part of him that was looking to protect it when there was so much time left. That was never going to be enough. So you've still got to press on when the chance comes, because in the end, someone like Alfie Lee is going to pop one. I know he missed that one, but you can't hold on to a lead. Maybe like Gerard tried to do, I thought, earlier.
Yeah, I watched that game live down in the arena, and I thought Gerard, he put some lovely long balls, Neil, but like you said, he could have took 2 or 3 times, took a sort of a risk on and taken the colour on and got himself in prime position, but he chose not to. Sort of come back to bite him, really.
It's a bit like when a football team's 1-0 up and they play very deep, they park the bus, but the trouble is they're never doing anything. They're just trying to defend. They're never going to score again. And it's a bit like that, I'm not saying that's quite how it went with Gerard, but we've seen it a number of times in this form. This form of the game. Anyway, it's another interesting frame, because some of the times when you get a bit of a slow burner, the conclusion of these matches are very exciting.
Yeah, because like I say, who does get the next chance here? Oh, I thought you should play in safe off the red to the left of the cushion here. Neal back up, the white back up and down.
He's an aggressive player, though, isn't he? He can't help himself. That's he's a youngster, and as I say, when they're going in like last year, very impressive.
Yeah, a second opportunity now. Yeah, it's a simple shot on the yellow here, just off the side cushion. It's going to be on the red in the middle. That wasn't as clean as he would have liked it, Neal, but it's gone in.
Yeah, that's all right. He's on the red. I think it's always, when you've got reds in the middle of the table around the blue spot, it's an easier game, isn't it? You know, actually he's not played a good shot there. But, you know, like, there's all these reds to choose from. The only thing is, this now is not a very nice shot to be left with.
No, he just got to concentrate on the pot here. He's got a nice kiss.
Oh, that's from the gods, that one, isn't it? Kiss from the gods. Seeing Lee Richardson pacing around behind us, Billy. Why is he doing that? He was here a second ago, just pacing around.
Yeah. It's almost like he's got to get his certain amount of steps in today.
Maybe that's what it is, yeah. He's watching the game very, very avidly. It is an interesting match, this one. We said that from the start. But it's one-sided at this stage.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. Yeah, Matt doesn't have to do a lot with the cue ball here at all. Accumulate. He's already got a 28-point lead. But again, he's not played that brilliantly. I mean, he could have just played for one of the bulk colours there. You know, had a nice angle to come back down for the reds, and he's left him.
It's almost the same shot as last time, isn't it? Maybe not quite as thin this time. But there's so many reds in the middle of the table. This is the thing, isn't it? You know, he's got so many options there.
21.
It's a lot of choices.
Look at those reds lined up down the centre. It's like the lineup, isn't it? It's very handy the way the balls have gone. And
well, he's accumulating a nice little lead there, and he's got the reds middle of the table where he wants them. You know, the green being tied up and the pink's tied up is even better for him.
29.
Nice area, plenty of choices again. The only thing I'd say with Alfie Lee is he's a very fast scorer, so if he did get something, I don't think time would be an issue, but the trouble is he going to get back to the table? Don't know at this stage.
There's a little clap in the crowd there. He didn't need to run the cue ball as far as that, really. He had plenty of reds down. Another two reds here above the black he could have played for. Now he just... Yeah, it's no problem, but he's just travelling with the cue ball. And like you say, Neal, that's
a terrible shot he's ended up playing, isn't he? And why has he crashed into the green?
Yeah.
Of all the things. Of all the things to do. So now what do you do here? I mean, can he roll up to the green, hit the cushion first?
Yellow.
Playing the yellow.
I'll try and put the yellow on the side cushion here.
Yeah, not the worst shout.
That's
a good shot.
Oh, that's an even better shot. Well, that's like a very, very good shot. It's almost like a billiards expert. Walter Lindrum would have been proud of that shot. And he's put, I mean, Alfie Lee's in a world of problems here, and the time's running out. 51 behind. You've got to hit one. Has he hit anything here? Yeah, well, he has. No, well, that could have worked out worse. He could have missed altogether.
Yeah, he's managed to hit one, so he's not left ball in hand. You know, Matt's playing one of the rest here. It is missable. You know, I don't expect him to pot it, but these can be missed.
It's very one-sided, this frame. It's turned into.
And he's landed dead straight on to the blue. Well, just perfect angle to screw back down for the red in the middle of the table. Off of this blue.
Well, he's almost there. And there's 5 reds left. Red, any colour. Game over.
6.
And Alfie Lee, who did so well last year, won his group, got to finals night. I'm afraid he's on the way out, isn't he?
7.
There's no way back from this.
No, certainly. I mean, it was a tough draw. You know that, almost got to think about the foul last night he's done with the shirt over the sort of red Neal. It's come back to bite him really.
Well, it has. It's kind of come back to bite him not only last night but tonight. I mean, he's not here tomorrow. It's a great shame because he did a lot for the tournament last year. But Matt Glasby, all the best to him. You know, he's played a good frame here. You know, as you mentioned, he's in good form and a good run at the weekend, and kept it going now.
Yeah, it could be a bagel, Lee, Art Neal as well.
Yeah. Things have gone from bad to worse, haven't they?
22.
Yeah. But the good thing for Alfie, he's young, he's it's another learning curve for him. He's off to Germany for the Q Tour in a couple of weeks, so.
Yeah, just walking around the table, that red was still halfway to the pocket. He was on the blue.
No, he's played a good frame, Matt. Like I say, it was a tough draw either way. But Alfie's not had a shot to really go at, really. Just a couple of really tough long ones, Neal, and that was about it.
29.
This is the best part, isn't it? It's like the victory lap, isn't it? 4 minutes left, 80 in front, potting balls. The opponent's going to concede, and he's got a bit flash there, but why not? And Alfie Lee, very generous in defeat. Wasn't his night tonight, wasn't his week actually. Last year's finalist is Matt Glasby, who goes through. He's playing in the semi-finals. We're going to hear from him after the break.
Welcome back. Good to have your company this Tuesday night, and Matthew Glasby, the latest winner, to join us here in the studio. Well done.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
You have come in as a replacement for Sid, who has damaged his shoulder.
Yeah, Sid pulled out. Got a message from Jason. I've come straight here and played really well there, and really pleased to get through.
I wonder, is he watching on? I'm sure he's cheering you.
Yeah, we're good friends, me and Sid.
Okay, good.
From Essex,
good.
Yeah.
And is his shoulder all right?
It's better now, yeah. Saw him on Saturday at the English Amateur, and he's feeling much better now.
Okay, a little bit more on Matthew. You were quite impressed, Neal.
I thought you played well. I mean, obviously, Billy was in there saying about, that you beat Gerard at the weekend in the English, so...
yeah, really pleased to get through the English Amateur, through to the national last 16, beat Gerard in the last round, and played really solid against Gerard, and it was a good match. And
the English Amateur has always been a big thing. Is it still a big thing in the amateur game? Because when I was playing, it was always the thing you wanted to win.
Years ago I heard everyone used to get a tour guide if they won it. But,
it was.
Not anymore, I don't think, but it's still a prestige tournament, and looking forward to that next March in the last 16. So.
Played well tonight. I mean, didn't give Alfie many chances, did he?
And I suppose you knew with Alfie, if he was to get a chance, he can score well and score quickly.
Yeah, I was a bit... I took a red on early on, and then he missed a red in the middle.
Yeah.
I think I only made 13 from it, but then I got another chance, and... played really well, and really pleased to get through to the Wednesday now.
Yeah, no, you've played great stuff, and you've been playing a lot of snooker, I suppose, a lot of travelling as well with the Q Tour.
Yeah, play on the Q Tour. Was in Sweden a few weeks ago for one of the events. Got to the last 32, but I want to really kick on in the next few events. Got one in Germany in a couple of weeks.
We heard all about it from Billy in commentary.
Well, the one in Germany, obviously you're playing for second place. Billy's already won that. You can try and be runner-up in it.
Well, we'll find out. We'll see. Congratulations, and we'll be seeing you again tonight. So there you go, Matthew Glasby safely through, beating Alfie Lee. Commiserations to all the losers tonight, of course, just one chance. And we are looking forward to Connor Benzey next up against the golden oldie, Patsy Fagan, our legend this week. Patsy is the outsider in the match at 13-8 with Connor Benzey, very familiar with this format, the odds-on favourite. So it's now time to pass you back to our commentary team, Billy Castle and Lee Richardson.
Thanks, Rachel. Welcome back, you lovely snooker fans. This is the last quarter-final tonight, and we got the legend that is the 1977 UK champion, Patsy Fagan, against the youngster, Connor Benzey.
Yeah, it's the old against new. Oh.
That was close. That was close, folks.
Connor thought, wow, what a chance I was going to have here.
What a disaster that would have been to start the game. Ball in hand would have been beautiful there. Oh, that's gone a bit peaked on. So, first real chance.
Patsy's just strolling around the table here. He just needs to be a little bit quicker. He strode around the table and he should have been putting his extension on.
Yeah, because you know, I mean, you can see the black goes from wherever you are in that room. Oh, or can you?
Definitely goes.
Well, no problems with the
played
rest.
That nicely. That was
no
a nice
problems
shot.
with the rest.
Yeah, he's played that as a nice shot from Patsy.
What a great chance this is. I mean, you're looking at 5 reds and blacks here.
Yeah, you know, talking to a few people, and they said Patsy's still very dangerous. You know, he knows his way. Obviously, he knows his way around the table. He's a UK champion. He's a legend of the game.
9.
He still loves his snooker, though, Lee. You know, he told us he practices at a little club nearby him. You know, he plays the super seniors and stuff. That's a nice shot as well.
16.
Okay, so he's going to have to go up for the blue here.
17.
It's a bit unfortunate last night, Lee, when he went into the pack not to be on one. You know,
Yeah.
We spoke to him earlier about it. You know, he said, I thought we had to be on one the way I played it. And so did we.
I think I was more gutted than he was, because he played it so well.
22.
But it started off well, really.
Yeah, but it's always nice.
I know he's had an opening chance, but the way he's hitting it and the way he's playing them up and off the cushions confidently.
Yeah. It's always nice though when you've got a ball in bulk for if you don't get the right side of the blue. It's like it's like an emergency ball, isn't it?
Oh, he doesn't mind that little kiss. Could have been worse. Could have had a full ball kiss on the green there and left the white on the green spot, really.
Okay, well he's still on this red underneath the pack, but it's a lot thinner than he wants. He's going to have to play with a rest.
Yeah.
That's taken 26.
It's a nice start to the frame though for Patsy. So I'm sure Connor, you know, he might play around the angles there to open a few reds up. So he was always pushing this red on. He needs a big green. He hasn't got cover. Very good player though, young Connor Benzey. One of the young guns, up and coming talents. Very quick scorer. He's won the European under-18s. He won a big competition here, under-21s. He's played for England, and yeah, he's a very good player.
Yeah, I've seen him play a few times now, Billy, as well. He is a good player. So this is his first chance.
Yeah, he struck that nice.
He's still going to have a few shots to get the pace of the table. You know, it's so quick. Even, you know, the seasoned pros are struggling with the pace of it. So it might just take him a couple of shots just to...
Yeah, he's played this off to 2 cushions.
This is a great shot. That's a great shot.
That's a nice shot.
4.
Yeah, see, you struggle to play that shot on a club table. You know, it just comes off so square. It's lovely to play on a new cloth where you can just play that green off the first cushion. And as soon as it hits the second cushion, you just get that slide down off to the bottom, and he's hit it perfect.
Just want to be too straight on this red. He's got an angle to run it off two cushions there. Yep, nicely played.
So, into the pack do you go?
Yeah, look, if he could get into the cue ball bit and it hit the right, hit the right of the pack, Lee. Because be on that bottom red then. Oh, where's the cue ball? Oh.
20.
That was close, Billy.
Patsy will be thinking it's all against him, Lee, watching that. But obviously he got away with one on his break-off shot, really.
Yeah, because that looked like all day long that was in off. That's a great pot to keep the break going.
Very nice. Just got to get close to the middle pocket of the screen.
Look how still he keeps his head. You know.
Yeah,
that is so still.
24.
He's done quite a lot of work with Neal Johnson, the coach from Liverpool. You know, he coaches the likes of Sean Maddox and few of the other lads up that way.
25.
So the black to take the lead.
Sorry, mate. Coach young Stan Moody as well, who's on tour.
Oh, yep. Saw him playing the week.
Yeah, like I said to you earlier, Lee, if he gets in the balls, it'll be a one visit chance, Connor. He's very good around the black area.
I think he clears to the last red here, at least. And he is not hanging about.
No, he gets on with it. He's very quick.
I said at the top of the show, mate, that he could win tonight, couldn't he? And
Yeah,
he's showing some form that could win tonight.
Yeah, he's got the balls perfect where he wants them. Another very good player in tomorrow night's final, Lee.
56.
Fields looking tough.
It is looking very tough, mate.
57.
So I
Just wondering if that red does go to the left corner. He could try and screw this black and flick the red out of the cushion there. But he never looked at it, and the red did go to that pocket.
Wow.
He might have tried and left himself low.
You're dreaming up shots now.
He might have tried and left himself low on this red to flick it out. Might be able to. Oh.
65.
So just screw back a little bit and play the double.
Yeah, that's the shot, Lee.
Left that a little bit short, but cross double it is.
Yeah, Patsy's got to be thinking, what's going on here?
70.
He's had a great start to this game as well.
Oh.
70. Connor Benzey.
So 3 snookers needed. But while that red's on the table, he'll be looking for the free ball.
It's a decent shot though, if it misses the pink.
Still got just under 7 minutes left, and it
That's a
sticks
good
next to
shot.
that black. Oh, he's in a bit of trouble.
It's a lovely shot.
He's in a bit of trouble.
Because it would be ball in hand as well with the foul. Oh, it's a good shot. He's going to be in trouble next shot though, Lee.
He's going to be tight behind the black.
It's got a nice bit of distance as well. And look where the red's going.
Yeah, it's perfect because it won't be a free ball, will it? Because you can place the ball wherever you want. But it's like it's next to the green, so he's going to be snookered again.
And that's going to slide too much,
And that's
is it?
going to slide off, yep.
Foul, ball in hand. Has he taken for start the clock?
Straight in for another. I tell you what, this match isn't over yet.
40 points the difference. You'd like to get this red close to the colour again.
Yeah, so he can do the same thing again.
Oh, he is tight behind the green there.
Yeah, he's gonna
But
be
the
good.
way the red is, it's quite close to a cushion.
Yeah, I think this is another. I think this is another foul though here.
Well, he's playing it off. It's a good way of playing it, but he's need to. Well, he's going to come inside it, I think, early. Oh, he's hit the blue. Look where the blue's going.
Has taken 5. Ball in hand.
He's going to be behind the blue.
Oh,
He's
my
going to be
God.
behind the blue here. Come on, Patsy, come on, son. What are you doing?
Well, there's 35 in it. He's got to play the snooker, though.
Oh,
Is he going for the
surely.
deadlock?
He's going for the deadlock. I can't believe he's not playing the snooker. He can be tight behind the blue. Oh my word! Well, he's put all his eggs in one basket. Played it. Now he's landed straight on the black. He's going for the deadlock, Bill. I'd have been ramping him up behind that blue.
Would have been tight behind the blue there.
Billy the
Even
blue.
if Connor did get out of it, he had the opportunity to play the clearance then. He would have had the opportunity. Can he reach this? It's got a bit quiet down there all of a sudden. Oh, he's played it nice.
He's floated it in, but he's going to have to play a difficult green. He's on it though.
We've just got to pop the green.
It's all right. He's not in too much of a rush because you've got 4 minutes left to try and clear these
This is
colours.
the ball.
This is the ball. Oh, Foulds has joined us all of a sudden. You've got to see it before anyone else.
Oh, and he's left it over the pocket.
Oh. What a shot. What a frame that would have been. Oh. Well, I don't know about you, mate, but I think I'd have been playing the snooker behind the blue.
Yeah, you could have got him tight behind the blue there. Another foul, you know, he could have took a lower colour as well.
You've only got one. Yes, we've only got one red. So there you have it, folks. Our last player through to the semi-finals tonight. Connor Benzey will get him in the studio next.
So, folks, our semi-final complete then on this Tuesday night at week 4, and it's Connor Benzey who had to sweat it out. It was really exciting for us. What was it like for you against Patsy there?
Yeah, I was really on edge at the end because, like I said, every time I was in the snooker, the red would go next to another colour. So I knew if I missed, it's ball in hand, and he's going to put me in another tough snooker. So I couldn't believe he didn't put me behind the blue at the end.
I was screaming in the comments about what's he doing and why is he not rolling out blue. Like you said, he had you in bits because the last red kept landing near a colour. It was just so easy for him to snooker behind it, but he obviously fancied he beat you at the long blue in the shootout.
And it was an easier snooker, wasn't it, to get behind the blue in the end?
Yeah. But anyways, you've survived the night and survived the match. You've got a lot of experience. We were just actually looking back at all the times you've been able to play on the tour, the English Open. You've played in the World Championship qualifiers, the shootout. I remember I chatted to you a couple of years ago. So how have things been? What's the development like? How's all in the world of Connor at the minute?
I mean, that was all during COVID.
Yeah.
I haven't had the results I'd like since then. Kind of just been going out early in tournaments, early in the Q tours. I'm still practicing every day, still trying, you know.
I think you played great there.
Yeah, I felt good out there.
You know, you must have. Yeah, I thought you looked great. I think you win tonight. Personally, I'm not putting you bang under it or jinxing you. I think you win tonight.
And you could go far in this. I mean, this is a very important event. You mentioned the Q Tour, maybe things not really panning out, but a lovely event to be in, and obviously the £10,000, if you could make the grand final, it's a really nice carrot, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously, yeah. It's obviously great to have Jason putting on these events. Prize money is awesome. I mean, you go in the Q Tour next week, and the prize money's it's like similar to this, and it's only for like half hour.
Yeah.
And you've played a few times here in junior events as well, haven't you? So you've had a lot of sort of stuff to play in it for Jason Francis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jason's put on so many good events. Hopefully he carries on putting on these.
And they've great tables to play on as well, aren't they? So
that was unbelievable. That was so quick.
That is quick.
I mean, I played the first shot. And I just couldn't get control of the white.
The first shot when you went in and out of bowl.
What was happening,
yeah, but listen, what I said in the comms, I said you're going to take a little bit of time to get used to it. But then you know, it was literally two or three shots in, and you were buzzing.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, I love
all your cannons, cannons around a black spot were perfect.
Yeah.
No, you played well.
Were you aware of Patsy Fagan being a legend when you were growing up? Who did you look up?
Not really. No, I didn't.
We wondered that.
I didn't really know him. He's not like a Dennis Taylor or a big name like that. I didn't really know too much about him.
He is an absolute legend. Yeah, he is. And he's going home because Connor was just too good tonight, and we'll see Connor in our second semi-final shortly. And up next, it is the first of them this evening. Gary Thomson, even money against Hamim Hussein, who is the 8-11 favourite to win the first semi-final and book himself a place in tonight's final. So let's see how they go, and we can rejoin Neal Foulds in commentary.
Thank you, Rachel. We're ready for their first semi-final then. Gary Thomson on the left, who was delighted to win against Gerard Green earlier on. And Hamim Hussein, who beat Cameron Holt. He didn't have much luck against Michael Holt last night, but he made his namesake tonight. And good effort, really, from both of these two, but I thought Hamim Hussein was very good. Lee is back, so I mean, Connor Benzey didn't know much about Patsy Fagan. What do they say? The youth is wasted on the young, they say, don't they?
Well, I just think he's come up against somebody that knows everything about Patsy Fagan, which is you.
I know, but He's first ever winner of the UK Championship and all of that. You know, anyway, I get it. You know, he's too young. I mean, Jimmy White come out with a classic the other night. Rachel asked Jimmy in the studio about, do the young players recognise him? Yeah. He says, they all think I'm a waiter, he said. Typical Jimmy with the one-liner. Walking around in a dress suit and tuxedo, they think I'm a waiter, order a drink off me. The young, especially the Chinese players who might be so familiar with the game over here and going back. Anyway.
He said, don't worry about the wind.
I'm not worried, but that's what he said. I think he was joking because everyone knows him. It was a good line, though. I liked it. Coco's turned up as well.
Oh, no.
What's not to like?
Same time every day. Who do you fancy here then, Neil?
It's tough, isn't it, this one? I thought Gary was very composed early. He waited and waited until the chance came. He led on the line, didn't he, basically? Tough game.
But he's first in with a great opportunity here. The balls are... Okay, the black's a little bit crowded at the moment, but if he can just, you know, free a couple of pink balls around the pink spot, it's looking nice.
I'm going to say to you one thing, the cocoa is good. It's hot, fresh. I know you like it like me, like a hot cup of cocoa. You wait, you'll love it. It's good tonight, real good.
That is good, Neil.
No, wrong am I? Anyway, the break, it's got, what a kiss there. I mean, I was going to say I thought the break was going to come to an end. He's got a wonderful kiss. Fair play, though. I do think, you know, for Gary to travel down yesterday, from, I said it earlier on, you know, playing the 15 minutes to get through the first game. He's here tomorrow already, so that's good news for him. Not good for Gerard, but that's the game, isn't it?
Yes, I mean, it's a long way to come, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, obviously you've seen players come from abroad equally, but...
yeah, true.
But yeah, it's good. It's good for him. He was really pleased when he won, I thought, which was nice to see.
All these players that are invited don't have to say yes, Neil. But they all do.
Well, they all want to play, don't they? I completely understand it because it's an opportunity. It's, you know, it's like anything else. You know, if you got the chance to play in it, why wouldn't you? I mean, you saw Ant Parsons last year crying his eyes out, wasn't he, when he won?
Yeah, what a great moment that was.
Still, it's a great part, but I just don't get it with, you know, Hamim Hussein. I mean, how does he pop these balls like this? He's probably bored with people saying it, but I just don't really understand it. Because you've got the eyes to look down the line, and he's not using his eyes for that reason.
Yeah, he said in the studio, he said he started off just off centre, and then over the years it's just got further and further out.
Strangely, that is exactly what happened with Graham Miles. Do you remember him at all?
Yeah. He's his head sort of fell over a little bit.
I read his book, and he said that he gradually got further and further across, and he was the same. You know, he was playing. You know, his eyes went in line with the ball. What a player he was! World Championship finalist.
Was he from Birmingham area?
Birmingham, yeah. Passed away, I think, a few years ago. Terrific player. The first person I ever played as a professional was Graham Miles. And he queued up as dramatically away from his, you know, his eyeline as Hussein does. Bit of applause for that shot, a tap on the table anyway.
Now, does he have to go for this? He's got to make his mind up soon.
I think there's a long time, isn't there? 15 minutes is certainly long enough. You don't have to pop them in the first 5 minutes if you don't get the chance, but of course you can stick the chance for your opponent if you're too impatient. There is a moment when you have to make a move, but it won't be yet.
Sometimes the safety shot can just be too difficult, though. And you know, you don't want to come here for your 15 minutes and not go for a shot.
No, I mean, the game's never changed. In whatever form you're playing, if you've got a very difficult safety shot or a difficult pot, you know, you may as well go for the pot, really. And that's the kind of what you say, isn't it? Because both are equally awkward. You may as well give yourself a chance to win by going for one.
Go out swinging. This is a nice shot. Still going to leave him the red along the black cushion, but it's risky. Did you spill that cocoa?
No, I've drunk it. It's good. Good cocoa, hot. But you got some left? Yeah. I mean, anyone that thinks that safety is not a part of it all, though, I mean, it is. I mean, we're seeing great safety this evening. I think that Gary has played two very measured frames. He's played very composed safety. You know, he's a snooker player. You know, he's been on the tour. Going back. Well, that was what we were saying, really, wasn't it? Couldn't see a safety shot and absolutely tried to swing that one there. Oh no! Now what? Can you see anything?
That's hideous.
It really is. I don't think he can get to a colour, can he? He's got to try and hit something.
He's got to try and play the cushion, clip the pink on the top side, miss the reds and the yellow and go up table. But that's the shot I was calling, but he smashed it. I didn't think he'd hit it that hard, Neil.
No, I mean, the cue ball's flying all around the angles.
That shot was on, though, wasn't it, that I've called?
It was, but yeah. Of course it was on. He needed to be played a lot slower.
Yeah.
He was using side onto the first cushion, though, which kind of is an element of guesswork I always felt on that shot. Maybe not for you.
It's always guesswork. But I just feel that shot was makeable, you know.
Tell you what, though, he's got away with it, Lee, because he didn't really have a very nice shot there. You know, so he's got away with it, Gary Thomson. I know one thing, it's a really good lineup for tomorrow, isn't it? I know we're still on tonight. You know, with the way that Connor Benzey knocked in 70.
Yeah, I mean, great lineup. I suppose in about, how long we got left there? 6 minutes. So in about 25 minutes we'll be doing the draw.
I know. Well, that could throw up all kind of imponderables, couldn't it, tonight?
That's a great word.
I mean, it really could. I mean, so many good players. I just know it's going to be Michael Holt against Ryan Davis. I just sense it, you know. And of course, we don't know. We haven't drawn it yet. It feels like that was what it'll be.
And Connor Benzey versus Wayne Cooper.
Possibly. To be fair, Gary Thomson is doing a good job, though. I mean, he's sort of come on the blind side in this group in a way, isn't he? You know, he's playing nicely here. Nice look. He's not rushing around the table. He's using up all his time allowance, but not looking like he's phased by anything. Very mature performances.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's protecting the lead. He's just looking like, just take my time and score all the points I can. That's a beautiful shot.
It is, and you're right. Protecting this lead is the most overrated thing. There might come a time when you do it, but with all this time left, you just got to try and pop balls, and that's what he's doing. And he's using his time wisely, not just staring at the clock like people do. Clock watching, not doing any of that. I've seen people just look at the clock for 10 seconds, and then they're in a panic at the last bit.
Yeah.
Well, why do they do that?
19.
At least make use of the time.
So he played for the the top red of the two together, but he's hampered by the red to the left of him. I thought he might have just stunned off the one cushion and then up for that red. But that's nicely played. So possibly playing for one of these two reds in the middle of the table into the left middle. He's just going to play this off this cushion, a little bit of right hand side, and he's played it perfectly.
25.
Do you know the most interesting thing, or the strangest thing about Gary Thomson is that he is a Scotsman, proud Scotsman, and you think, well, most Scots they support like a Rangers or a Celtic or maybe Aberdeen, if where you're from, whatever, one of the Scottish clubs. His football club is Schalke 04, the German club. He absolutely loves that club. Now, there's a reason for it. I don't know what it is, but that is his football team. He wouldn't say something like Celtic or Rangers. It's completely different.
Well, he's nailing this positional play now.
Well, I mean, with his friends and family there, there's not much he can do about any of this. He's been completely turned over here, and in good style by Gary Thomson. Oh well, he's missed.
Thomson, 38.
He looks anxiously up at the clock, and maybe there's just a glimmer here. Hamim Hussain can win, and I think he's got time. 3 minutes is long enough. It's just under now. There's long enough there to clear up, but whether he can do it is a different story.
Yeah. Whoa, what a kiss.
Red to the middle, a bit narrow, do you think?
8.
He's got to have to play it, though, hasn't he? Whether it's narrow or not.
He's got to play it. He's got to play it.
Missable. Yeah. I don't think they're very nice shots. He's cannoning the other ball as well. He's a bit of a trudge back to his corner, isn't it, there?
Well, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting an Indian meal on the 22nd of November.
No, I know. Yeah. I tried to keep out of that one, but, I would have been very keen to be in any part of that. Would have been good fun, wouldn't it?
8. 9.
So I can really relax now.
What, because we're not getting an Indian meal? Well, there's nothing to get nervous about, you mean? We're not getting it, so we just move on. Is that what you're saying? No, I know. You can relax with this. It's been a good performance from Gary. He's played 2 very good frames. I say it again, very solid frames. You can see he's a proper snooker player of a lot of years vintage, can't you?
Yeah, he's guaranteed 250 quid tonight, which is always nice when you've travelled down from Scotland.
He'll be here tomorrow night.
Yep.
Obviously, he won't be going home between now and then, because as soon as he got home, it'd be time to leave again.
Has he dropped that in? I think that's in.
Oh, there's no need, is there, for that? He's playing to the crowd now.
21. Thomson, 21.
So there we have it. There we have it. Our first finalist is Gary Thomson. And we'll have a little chat about it in the studio, Neil, straight after this break.
Welcome back, and welcome back to the guys who join me for a little reflection on what we've seen so far. We've got our second semi-final, of course, the final to come. Star performance tonight so far, Neil?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Connor Benzey was very good in the frame against Patsy because Patsy got in first. I think that is the best single frame. But I do think Gary Thompson's been impressive in getting through his matches that we've just seen. He's now in the final. But Connor was very good, I thought. Poor old Patsy. Nothing went his way, did he?
But Matt Glasby's been good as well.
He was good. Listen, Alfie Lee wasn't to be this year for him. So this match coming up is featured 2 very impressive players in their first round.
Indeed. So we better get to selection time then for Matthew Glasby and Connor Benzey. Second semi-final. Who will be joining Gary in the final tonight?
I tell you, it's a real tough one to pick. I mean, I think Matt Glasby's a real good player. I just think, Connor Benzey, his long potting's it's so good. And like I said, I feel like he was under pressure the way Patsy played at the beginning of that frame, and he handled it very well. His cue ball control was very tight. I'm going to say Connor Benzey.
Okay, Connor Benzey. Neal?
Well, I'll have to go Matt Glasby now, but I don't think this is a really tough game to call. I mean, what were the odds on this one? Did we come to that?
Yeah,
I
Benzey
missed
8-13 and Glasby 6-5.
The prices, I'll be with Matt Glasby. I think that those prices, to me, there's not a lot in there. 8-11 even, it should be closer.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll have the draw a little bit later. We have lost some good players actually tonight, haven't we, Alfie? Obviously, we're not going to have Patsy here tomorrow night as well. Ryan Davies, would he be going into tomorrow night the favourite from what we've seen the last couple of days?
No, I think Michael Holt's still favourite the way he played and the way how good he is. I think he has to be favourite for sure. But there's a lot of good players still left in this.
I'll say it again, the draw's going to mean something. After this next round, the draw's going to be done. And you could be in a better half of the draw, although this week they're all good, aren't they?
Yeah.
We're racing ahead tonight. It's cocoa time before midnight, which I think it might be a 900 first.
It is. The other piece of news is that we've written off the Curry.
I know.
Then we reminded he's playing tomorrow. So
I was going to
he's still in
Don't
there.
take them poppadoms off me.
Don't write us off. We're still hanging on.
I was going to pop into the commentary box and say he'll be back tomorrow night.
We haven't met his father Hussein. We need to know him.
We've heard he's a really nice geezer.
I heard that.
And a good cook.
And the food is fantastic.
Do you want to get your orders in?
Well, who doesn't love a ruby?
No, exactly.
On that, I think we should skip along to the pundit picks then, and let's just take a quick look at where we're at then. The selections were done at the very start of the week, and as I said, we have lost some good players tonight. The shirt still got Michael Holt and indeed Wayne Cooper going, but Neal, sadly for Alfie Lee and yourself, out.
I know, but that's like a bit rubber stamped out, isn't it? It's kind of so harsh on the screen. I mean, Alfie will be back for sure, and we're wishing him well. But the way it's said out like that, a bit unnecessary. Yes, he's out.
I think they're great graphics.
They are.
Harsh.
They are. But it's the harsh facts. He's out.
True story. Right then, so Connor Benzey, Matthew Glasby, we are ready to get the action underway. Second semi-final, of course, Gary Thomson coming through the first. He's already waiting the winner of this for tonight's final. So my thanks to the guys, and we will head back to the commentary box and back to Billy Castle to begin with.
Yes, thank you, Rachel. Welcome back to our second semi-final tonight between Connor Benzey and Matt Glasby, and it is Matthew Glasby to break. He's left a long red here for Connor. She's very good at these shots.
I mean, he made a very impressive 70 break, didn't he, against Patsy? Connor Benzey, quick and confident. Of course, you did him in the World Championships. You haven't mentioned this tonight. 6-3 going back 3 years.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was quite funny because me and Connor's done a lot of practicing together. He's from my sort of area, and when I'm actually drawing there, it was one of them sort of horrible draws. You know, you don't want to be playing the sort of local player because obviously I was a pro at the time and he was an amateur, and it's a game you're meant to win, but you know when they've got a little rivalry or you're both in the same area, it causes unnecessary pressure.
I understand. I mean, those first round matches are quite they're serious games, aren't they? You know, they're there's a lot of money at stake, isn't there?
Yeah, it was quite important for me as well.
11.
Yeah, it was an important game for me on the tour because I was playing for quite a lot of ranking points with the prize money. You know, the 5k meant quite a bit to me in the rankings at the time, Neil. So it was like a lose-lose and a win-win for Connor, whatever way it went. You know, it was just one of them games.
Yeah, I mean, that first match in the World Championships has always been a match which, you know, you win either nothing or you win money and you're still in. I know, did Tian Pen faded for you that year? Was it?
Same year, yeah. Well, believe it or not, you know, I was going back in time, but a few days before I was playing in the qualifiers. Oh, God, that was a bad shot.
Ball in hand. Yeah, go on.
Going back to the qualifiers a couple of days before I went up there, my actual ferrule and stuff, and the cue split.
Oh dear.
So I couldn't get it fixed in time. I had to play over an emergency cue, and it didn't feel right, and I sort of struggled a little bit. I managed to get through the first game, and I managed to give Tian a little bit of a put up a fight. But you know, Neal, when you haven't got your own cue, it's not the same on certain shots.
So moving on from that, this is the ball in hand. You're really in handicapping yourself, aren't you, as far as winning the frame if you concede ball in hand. You know, like in the way. I mean, that thin shot is you've got to play it a thicker form of safety shot. You can't risk missing, I don't think.
Yeah, certainly, and obviously,
9.
this is a perfect position for Matt. He's in good form as well. I know Connor played brilliantly in the first game. It was a lovely break of 70. But Matt also played well. Now, obviously, Alfie didn't score a point against him. You know, so it's a tricky game to call, this one.
It is, yeah. I thought it was almost a 5-6 each to 2 match, you know, but they made Connor Benzey favourite because of that impressive frame against Patsy. But they were both impressive in their own way. So, yeah, this is a hard one. Strange because bookmakers do get prices wrong, don't they? Sometimes it's safe to say that happens. Maybe Matt Glasby shouldn't have been the price he was against Alfie Lee when you think about it.
Yeah, well, it goes to show that the price he was to beat Alfie Lee. He was 13 to 10, I believe. Alfie was 4 to 7.
Yeah, and probably in hindsight, and it's a wonderful thing, that match was closer, you know, on paper than that. So bookmakers don't always get prices right. They view it how they see it, but people might have a different view on these games.
Yeah. So I used to say, like I say, with Matt, really, he's been underdog in both games, but if he was to win it overall tomorrow night, Neal, I don't think we'd be shocked.
No, but the draw's all important, and of course you may have heard the balls rattling a few minutes ago just to get them all ready for the draw. It's all going to be done.
Yeah, some tasty ties in there.
Well, listen, it could be a repeat of last night in the first round. It could be anything, but the good week this week. It's a really good week.
You know, even the Tuesday night it's been probably the best Tuesday night standard as well that we've had so far.
Until next week when you play, right? You're next week, aren't you, Billy?
Yeah, I'm hoping not to play on a Tuesday though. No.
Yeah, you don't want to be playing on the Tuesday, you know. So who's going to be doing the commentary next week with you then? With you playing?
Well, let's talk to Jason.
Oh, we'll have to see. Yeah. Okay.
If I get through on the Monday, then I'll happily do the Tuesday.
Yeah.
He's found a good route back to Bolt there, Neal.
Yeah. See, the shirt's laughing behind us about something he found funny. Don't know what's going on. He's wandering around backstage. Don't know what's going on. Apparently, mate just said we're not actually doing the commentary rotor on air, which is fair.
We're only trying to help Jason out.
Well, yeah, we're just looking ahead, aren't we? This match is getting very interesting though, because there's a long time left, and yeah, the way Connor Benzey scored, he came from behind against Patsy. Don't forget, Patsy got him first.
Yeah, and he's very quick. You know, very quick scorer.
Oh, what a shot.
And he's done look at the little skip he done there. He was happy with that one.
It was a tremendous shot, and the shirt has just written down that there's a surprise guest next week.
Yeah, and that
so
there,
I don't know who that is.
That there, Neal, was a Alan Titmarsh plant.
It was, yeah. Because we would have said a Percy Thrower, but obviously you don't remember him, do you? Yeah, it was. It was a proper plant. And he took the cue ball back down the table. And listen, Matt Glasby played a good frame here again.
5.
Well, he's in very good form, and like I say, the win at the weekend as well has done him a lot of favours.
a massive break downstairs, bigger than anything on the table.
Jasmine might be getting docked for her wages.
Something broke there. Goodness me. Jason might have to go down and have a look. That's a horrendous noise.
Yeah, I think we forgot, obviously, how well Matt played in the first frame. Really, because obviously Connor's 70 break stowed a sort of limelight, if you want, or spotlight, as I should say.
12.
That's true. They both played well. Anyway, he's right. He's that old favourite, just slightly wrong side of the blue. He's got a red that he could land on at mid-range, down the side. I just feel there could be a little bit of a turnaround in this frame yet. He's not. There's enough time for these things to change. He's in a good position, but not 17. One that can't be turned around.
Yeah, and he's got a red by the pink that goes as well. If he probably wouldn't be stretching on that shot with the red is by the pink. It's going to take good cueing again here.
Gone wrong, hasn't it?
Yeah,
gone wrong.
That wasn't as easy. Look, he's stretching 17. A bit. You know, he's trying to get the cue ball out of an area there, so this could turn around very quickly, especially the way Connor scores. Yeah, would you believe, Neil, going back to the World Championship, me and Connor actually played each other in the World Amateur Championship as well.
Oh, wow.
So
where was that being played?
Yeah, that was in Sheffield at the time.
Okay. It's been played at some great venues over the years. I mean, snooker is a game that has played in a lot of countries. I mean, the World Amateur once was in Malta. It was in Tasmania the year that Jimmy White won it.
Yeah, it's in Albania in 2024.
Snooker in hotbed.
Yeah,
don't know, but it's not. I think it's nice. It's nice. I played out in Zimbabwe many years ago with John Parrott out there for the spells. It's great to see the world, isn't it? And in a way, sometimes amateur snooker, things like the World Amateur, you do see that more. Anyway, in the meantime, Connor is getting right back into it. The kiss was not perfectly played, though, was it?
Wasn't ideal there. I thought we might be able to miss that pick now on the cannon. He's quite a tall lad, though, Neil. It's helpful in shots like this. That's a nice cannon, though.
Nothing wrong with that shot. Pushed the red near the pocket as well. We've got a right game on our hands here with the last 5 and a bit minutes, 5.5 minutes.
Oh, he's looking at the trickier red here of the two.
Well, he said that the table immediately felt too quick, but he soon adjusted to it. In that first frame, he hit his first safety shot all wrong, and since then, he's got used to it quickly. So he's doing well.
28.
Still behind, but by very little. This is might even be a complete frame, this one. Still 5 minutes left, only 2 reds left now.
29.
Yes. Looks like you have to leave the red to the right corner pocket here. Well, he's played the cannon. It's not quite worked out now. He needed a half ball cannon on the first red to flick the other red a bit closer to the pocket.
Now, would you go for this? Because the trouble is, if you miss this down the cushion, you probably leave it over the pocket, don't you?
Yeah, he's probably playing a sensible shot here.
Yeah.
Thin off this red.
So
don't miss it.
Big turnaround this frame. Still a chance for it to turn again, I think.
Connor Benzey.
Very interesting frame this one has turned out to be. Break of 35 by Connor Benzey, back in front.
Say there was still 500 quid up for grabs tonight as well.
And also, I mean, she's not going in the middle, is it? No. I think just going into tomorrow as a group winner, like obviously Ryan Davis won last night. It wasn't Michael Holt. You know, if you win your evening, then that's a pretty nice position to be in, isn't it? You know, going into finals night.
1.
Oh, we needed a bit better kisser. He might have to leave himself a mid-range red here after this yellow.
Well, it's not an easy shot. He's taking it around the angles. No, not quite. Didn't really know what to do there, did he? I don't think. Took a long time over it.
Yeah, he wasn't quite settled on that shot. He got back up, and then obviously the clock was beeping down a bit, and then he's caught in two minds there. But it's a big shot now for Matt.
Bit of pressure on that one. That probably wins in the game.
Oh, he's got lucky he's not left a pot there for Connor, so it's a safety shot now. He's got a nice target, up in beyond the sort of brown and blue. The red cannon's the pink, gonna say close to the pink spot here.
Yeah, I think you're right. He played it well. He didn't get behind the brown, but Matt Glasby with a bit of a problem here. He's still got time though to get back. He's only 4 behind. It's not much. He hit that hard. Hit that very hard. What a chance for Connor Benzey here. I mean, it just goes in. He's a strong favourite. He wouldn't necessarily be a certainty, but I think he'd be a strong favourite. Oh dear, pressure. This is a bit twitchy, this frame now it's got.
Yeah, I thought they'd been a bit settled down there, so obviously they're both through to tomorrow night's final. They played a lot more freely in the twitchier match, really, Neal. The first one was a twitchy match. But obviously, if they did win tonight or get to the final, I suppose it will sort of cover their cue tour. That's badly played as well. Thought he might have went for the pot there, Neal, to the middle.
Well, he's butchered the shot, hasn't he, to be honest?
Because with 1 minute 20 left, I know he's not going to say, but I thought he might have tried and dropped that in the middle there. Been on the brown.
Yeah, what he did was not good.
I wonder if Connor will have a go at this pot.
I think he caught between two stills on these shots. You don't know whether to go for or not.
The red going to finish?
Oh, that's vile. That's vile fortune, isn't it? I mean, that is unbelievable. Well, he's going to have one more shot, I think, with 40 seconds left. Connor's going to have to play something, and then
you have to just push the red to the bottom cushion now.
Yeah.
White back up into the bulk.
And then it's a big yahoo from Matt Glasby to try and pot something anywhere. There we are. Right, here we go. Anywhere. Anything. Nothing. Ball in hand. Game over. Handshakes all round. Wasn't quite to be for Matt Glasby. Connor Benzey it is in tonight's final, and he's played really well, and we'll see.
Well then, we're down to the final two this evening, and the guys back to preview this final. Gary Thomson and Connor Benzey. Who would you make favourite?
I'd definitely make Connor Benzey favourite, but Gary's played very solid tonight. I just feel like the long pot in but he was lucky to get through that though. I didn't see where the foul came from, but I thought he was going to score big as soon as he got in off the long red. Next thing I know is Matt's got ball in hand, so I didn't really see what happened.
Well, he played a thin safety shot, which he missed altogether at the start of the frame. If that's one you mean, yeah. And of course, that's the very thin safety. You've got to make sure you don't miss them altogether, or play a thicker safety. You can't afford to do what he did, but he got away with that in the end.
And you say Connor Benzey favourite, absolutely 8-11, and Gary Thomson even money. If you were to have a bet on the final at those prices, where would we go?
I thought he'd be a little bit shorter than that, Connor Benzey, but I thought he might be a 8-13 chance against 6-5. I mean, if you fancy Connor Benzey, that's a fair price, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I'd be putting my money on Connor Benzey. I just think his long potting is very good, and at the speed he plays, he's still very calm. But whereas Gary's just been very solid.
He's been rock solid, and you can see that despite not playing on the tour for years, he's still a snooker player. You can see it. You know, plays all the right shots.
Yep.
He's very composed, and it would be no surprise to either of us if he won tonight. I haven't seen him. I knew he was a good player a while back. He still can play the game quite well.
Absolutely, and we will be looking forward to that very soon, actually. But the main event for you guys, anyway, it seems the draw for tomorrow night, of course, and we have got already 3 people that will be joining us in the grand final, and we'll be crowning our weekly winner tomorrow night. And who are they going to be playing? Let's.
I mean, that's some
find
lineup,
out.
some lineup
Terrific
already.
lineup. Yeah.
I mean, who do you want to pull first, or me?
I'll do it.
Do you want me to
I'll
have
leave
the
you the
blame as usual?
responsibility, all right? It's all on you. Number 5
is one of tonight's finalists, Gary Thomson, former pro, all the way from Scotland.
Number 1.
And Gary will play the winner from last night, Ryan Davis, a real young talent of the game.
Could be the 2 winners playing each other. If he wins Gary, that would be interesting. Here we go. 4.
Number 4 is Philip Williams, who managed to make it to the grand final last year, despite his slower pace in years gone by. He's a good player, though. Lovely lad.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Connor Benzey, who is in tonight's final. So Philip Williams and Connor Benzey.
Oh my word! Look at that for a half.
What, the bottom half? Now you're already looking ahead. I see too
I know.
far. You know he's rushing ahead of the game,
He's
isn't he?
thinking of his pundits' picks, I think.
That's a 7, isn't it? Yeah, it's 7. Matt Glasby, isn't it?
That is a 7, yeah. Number 7 is Matthew Glasby.
No. Number 6.
Number 6 is Hamim Hussein.
How has that worked out for me?
It's not all about you, you know.
Just shocking.
We're just here to give you the information.
2 is Michael Holt, former shootout winner and anti-post favourite to win week 4.
And number 3
is Wayne Cooper.
Sorry, boys.
Well, the draw is the draw, isn't it?
You're unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
It's going to be a really competitive night tomorrow night. It always is. Finals night just brings just that different levels of anticipation, expectation. And of course, that will be tomorrow night, Wednesday from 10 o'clock. And there you go. Confirmation of that. Gary Thomson plays Ryan Davies, Philip Williams, Connor Benzey, Matt Glasby and Hamim Hussein, and Michael Holt playing Wayne Cooper. Toughest match, Neal?
Well, I'm going to go the other way too. I'm obviously, you know, I mean, Lee is obsessed by the bottom game. You can see that because he's all he's thinking about. I'm going to say, if Gary Thomson wins his final, it's the winner of last night against tonight's winner. So I'm going to say the first one could be the one.
And the 2 that are really well fancied in the betting, they're going to be avoiding each other, certainly, for a while anyway. You've got Ryan Davies top half and Michael Holt on the bottom half.
Very true. But they're not going to be happy, Michael Holt and Wayne Cooper. That is a shocker of a draw.
Well, I mean, the only person that can be blamed for that is you.
You pulled one of them.
Yeah, but the second one, as we all know, is the only one that counts. So if there's anyone to blame, it's the man to my right.
And hopefully you'll take full responsibility. So there you go. Done.
Good draw.
Dusted.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be
good
brilliant.
to watch. Going to be good to watch from 10 o'clock.
Yes, and stay with us tonight, though, because we have got the main event on this Tuesday. It's the final 15 minutes, 900 seconds of snooker on the way. Gary Thomson, even money up against Connor Benzey, 8-11. We're going to take a quick break, and the boys will be back in the box to bring you all the action.
So, here we go, folks. This is the final, week 4, season 2 of the 900. Connor Benzey breaks off against Gary Thomson.
Two contrasting players here, these two. You know, like, obviously Connor is quick and attacking. Gary, well, he can attack, but he's not rushing into shots or anything. Even that shot, I don't think he fully committed to it. You know, he's capable of playing a tight game and then making his move. I think he's quite, for someone who didn't plan it last year, I think he's adapted to it very quickly.
Yeah, I'm surprised Connor's not played off the pack there quite thick and opened them up. Cue ball off the side cushion in behind the yellow. It was perfect to sort of snooker him on that red above the blue, and he could have really sort of opened open the pack up there, but so maybe he just wants to chip away in this final.
Of course, the red he wants to cover on that last shot. Gary was the red he did cover, the red, the other side of the blue. And that makes the safety shot horrid now, because if he gets this wrong, that red is exposed at the other end. And he's hit the brown, hasn't he? So it could have been worse on that red. Now, it looks like Gary might be forced into a long red here. Most of the time he's been on the back foot waiting for a chance. This time he's got to take this opportunity. Got close to it, didn't he?
Yeah, how many hours are spent practicing that shot? Every snooker player has spent thousands of hours practicing that shot. So he'd be a little bit disappointed to miss that. But he got the cover on that red, so Connor having to play the red in the middle.
1.
Looks very confident.
Six. 7.
I like his cue action. He brings the cue right back, doesn't he? Sort of long backswing and then through the ball. And he does it in a natural way. I don't think he looks like someone who's doing it in a sort of a overly coached way. The cue comes back very nicely and through the ball nicely.
And he whips through the ball.
12.
Yeah, in first with a good chance. We've seen how he can score. Made that 70 against Patsy earlier, didn't he? Patsy Fagan.
13.
Yep, nice little cannon there.
Just bringing a red or two out again.
Like that, nice little bit of checkachino off the side rail there, just to stop the cue ball above the black.
28.
It's all good stuff, isn't it, so far? It's proper snooker. Played textbook snooker, nothing to do with any different rules of the game. This is just taking them in
29.
pretty orthodox style.
Yeah, this break so far has reminded me of last night's final with
Yeah.
Ryan. You know, he was perfect position as well around the black spot. These youngsters, when they get in, are going to be forced to deal with.
36.
Not sure he knew too much about that one.
Yeah, he expected to run through the pack there for the black, so he's...
I know, bad misjudgment. Of course, the speed you hit them at, the harder you hit them, the wider it throws, isn't it, that cue ball?
So tricky Brown.
Wanted to play it though, didn't he? He's played it really nicely.
Back in perfect position.
He's absolutely romping away with things here. Just nice ball striking. This I'm really enjoying watching him play here.
Yeah, me too, me too.
50.
You do get players that are just, well, the point I was making, you get players that look overcoached sometimes who go through these rigorous drills on every shot. And of course they're good players, but also you see someone that's got a nice cue action that appears completely
57.
their own.
Yeah, and he's played that last black with a touch of right-hand side to get perfect on that red. He just looks...
58.
Sometimes you wonder what slow players are doing when you get someone like this.
Well, some players just don't see the shots very quickly. You know, that's just it. Some people haven't got the snooker brain. They've got the ability, but the actual ability to see the shot they don't have. But he's a real good player, isn't he? And of course, we were told straight away Very quick was the comment. I remember him last year, the way he played. I've watched him in a few events, shootout and the like.
So tricky shot.
Oh, hello. Well, there you are.
That was a big shot. That's a big shot.
No, listen, there's enough time here. There's enough balls on the table.
9 minutes with look at what. Whoa.
Yeah, that's the one he wanted.
So just one difficult red.
Well now, what do you think?
Well, I just thought it was a tricky red to be going for. He was always going to leave everything, but sometimes that big break just forces you into the wrong shot to win your match.
He's got loads of time. He's got to take the 4 reds with high value colours at this end and then worry about the red underneath his cue at the moment, as and when. But I think if he can just take what's there, because there's so much time left. You know, the time is absolutely not a factor. The frame could be played out to its conclusion one way or another here. So forget the clock.
I think you'd have had to have been a really experienced player not to play the red that's let Gary in. You know.
He's not played a good shot there, has he? It's all right, but it's not great either. Nice shot. Now here's one at range he's got to get. He missed one earlier into that pocket, which was, I suppose, a little bit more difficult than this. Running it around off 2, or is he standing off the side? Oh, nice shot.
22.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of room there. I'd been running it round off 2. So needs a good positional shot here. And boy, has he played one.
You know, what does he do? Which colour does he play on here? Because I don't think points 36 in it. I mean, it'd be nice to play on a bolt colour, but I don't think he would be able to. It's just too low in value. That's all right. So now it doesn't matter what he do. Well, if you took red yellow, then he'd only be able to tie, but that would be a ludicrous thing to do anyway, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's just going to.
After assuming the blue is potted here, you know.
Yeah.
Do you know what? There's enough time that if he doesn't really have to do anything he doesn't want to do.
See, I just think that's like nearly a pointless walk around the table to have a look at that red then, because he knows where it is. I think he should have just got down on the blue.
Do you think he? Well, yeah, if it goes in, it's a good shot, I suppose.
Massive shot. Oh.
Thomson, 35.
So.
It's a bit resting on this shot though.
Yeah.
Can't hide it behind the clock on this. That's not an issue, as I say.
This is a £250 shot.
It is. Well, he's knocked it in as if it's over the pocket. Very, very good frame, this. Both players have played a good frame here.
Well, for once, I didn't balk a player by saying he was going to win tonight.
No, you didn't actually. You were absolutely right.
But he's just a very good player.
He is a good player.
An extremely good potter.
11.
That was a nice shot, arcing it round the brown. All right, he's over it at a fractured, but does that matter?
Well, that was a really good frame of snooker. Connor Benzey has beaten Gary Thomson. He's a Tuesday night winner, and it was a thoroughly professional display all night. Well done to Connor. They'll both be here tomorrow, but tonight it's all about Connor Benzey.
Back, and I'm sure you enjoyed that performance out there. Connor Benzey, take a bow. Well done. Really nice stuff you've played tonight, and you were our winner this evening.
Thank you. Yeah, I felt really good out there tonight. Table was lovely to play on. I was in my element, really.
I mean, I thought you played well all the way through. Patsy got off to a good start against you, made that 70 break, continued all the way through, played good in the final. You know, he had a chance to beat you though, didn't he tonight, Gary? You know, when you missed that red.
Yeah, you missed a red down the road, didn't he?
Yeah.
But I was disappointed not to clear the table up really in that last round.
In that first visit?
Yeah.
Tell me something about you, right? Do you have a coach or not?
Yeah, I got Neal Johnson from
Okay,
Liverpool.
I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah, really good coach.
Yeah, it's just that you've got a kind of natural style that doesn't look overcoached, you know what I mean? Like, you've got a good night, you've got a lovely cue action, but it looks as if it's comes from instinct, a lot of it, you know, not just all sort of made up, you know?
Yeah, I think me and Neal, we mainly focus on, like, striking of the ball, how you hit the ball.
He's doing a good job with you, because you do strike the ball well, seriously.
Yeah. It's not mainly, like, techniques or anything like that anymore.
Yeah.
Because it can get in your head, can't it, if you're doing too much technique stuff.
They call it paralysis by analysis, they call it. You can get too involved in stuff, can't you?
Yeah.
And in terms of your club and your friends, your family, who's tuning in tonight?
Everyone from the club, Waterlevel Sports Bar in Portsmouth. They will be watching. Mum and dad. My dad's here. My mum will be at home watching. Hopefully they all enjoyed it.
How's your dad when he's watching on?
He tends to go outside when I'm playing. He can't watch. No, he gets so nervous.
It's tough for the dads. Your father, Jeff, used to travel with you all the time, didn't he?
Well, I remember once, my dad was quite vocal when he was in the crowd watching me play, right? And we were good friends with the lovely Terry Griffiths. And I was playing in the World Championship qualifiers or something. And my dad sat by Terry, and he noticed Terry hadn't said anything for about half an hour. Because he was, whatever he said, my dad would bite his head off. And he looked round, and Terry had this big sticking plaster over his mouth, as if to say, "I'm not saying a word because it'll be wrong." You know, it was ages before my dad noticed.
Really?
Have half an hour with it on.
Well, it's you know, they play every shot with you, don't they? Because they want you to do well. Yeah. And are you working at the snooker club then?
Yeah, I work behind the bar 4 or 5 times a week. Obviously, practice during the day, work in the evening. So it's long days, but it's worth it when you win tournaments like this.
Yeah, and you mentioned the prize money as well here at the 900. We were chatting about the Q Tour and travelling all across Europe. So you've picked up a good few pounds this evening.
For Germany, didn't it?
Yeah, chuffed for that. Yeah, lovely, great stuff. And we will see you again tomorrow night. And well done. Well, let's take a look at who Connor Benzey will be playing tomorrow night. We got the draw for you. We did it a little bit earlier with Lee and Neal. And Connor Benzey will be playing Philip Williams. And that will be the second match on tomorrow night. Gary Thomson, Ryan Davis will kick off finals night. And Matt Glasby, Hamim Hussain, Michael Holt, Wayne Cooper on the bottom half. So that's what we've got to look forward to here on Sporty Stuff TV Wednesday, tomorrow at 10 p.m. Lee's rejoined us. Very impressive young fellow, wasn't he?
Great player. I know you were on about the technique there as well, and he walks into the shot very naturally, which makes him makes him look a quicker player because he doesn't muck about with sort of lining it up. Some people could just walk into the shot the same every single time. People at home won't probably notice this, but as a player, you just see how naturally they walk into the shot because you just need to be on the same stance every time, and he does it very well.
I think what I was trying to get at, I probably didn't make it very clear, but there's lots of ways to play this game. But I don't like players that are hugely overcoached and all the sort of fun has been taken out of their game. And clearly he's the complete opposite. I can't name any names, but there's been people over the years you think, well, he was a good player. Now he's got into the coaching so deeply that I don't even think this player looks like they're enjoying it. Well, in the case of Connor, he's the entire opposite. He's obviously got a nice coach, that Neal Johnson, I think. But there's a natural flow to his game, which is lovely to see.
That's what I like as well. Good Potter.
You said he might be a bit of value as an outsider this week. He's not going to be too big in price, maybe, after what we saw tonight.
Very tight cue ball as well. You know, it was like Ryan Davis last night, and obviously Michael Holt and all the good players that play in it. But like last night, you could see Ryan Davis learning the table and the cue ball. Like after every shot, he lost position the first time he played the shot. Then the second one, he was spot on, then spot on again and spot on again. So yeah, they're learning quick. The youngsters do that. When you're old, you forgot to forget about what you know.
Forget everything when you're old sometimes. What day it is?
Oh yeah, I lived in Ulm, by the way. Ulm in Germany. Yeah, I've remembered now.
Earlier, we heard you out. Can't remember where it was in Germany. You say it's old, you forget what day it is. It's actually Wednesday, and we'll be looking forward to a super spicy night tomorrow night. Tonight, yes, tonight. And obviously grand final will be up for grabs, and that's what it's all about. Josh Thoman, Lee Walker, Harvey Chandler already there, so they can be sitting, watching, enjoying, and watching them all sweat it out tomorrow night.
Yeah, there will be a big name joining them as well, because it's a fierce draw tomorrow night.
I think there are three big players tomorrow. Now, listen, there could be. I mean, I'm going to say that the likes of Gary Thomson and Hamim, who we saw Hussein, he's good. There's a lot of good players tomorrow, and Phil Williams is in the final. But there's three players tomorrow who are really good this week. Holty, we know, the hitman, made the century. You know, Ryan Davies won last night, and Connor Benzey, and those three are, to me, the outstanding players in this group on what I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know
you're
you
dead right. I've got a thing for Wayne Cooper
as well. Yeah, the beer man.
But
he's the man that brings the beer. You've got much respect.
Which is a very important job.
Yeah,
That's
but
Wayne
he lives
Cooper.
miles away from me.
No.
I'll have it warm when he gets to me. That's no good.
No, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He could win, but those three, I think, have been outstanding the last two nights.
And you've both been outstanding, as ever.
We like to do our best, don't we? You know, we don't like to boast. Huh?
We will be seeing these two, and I'll be back tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll have your company as well as ever. It's getting late, and it's always good that you've been hanging around with us, enjoying the snooker here at the Legends 900. So we bid you farewell, good night, God bless, and we'll be all again tomorrow. Bye-bye.